Hello everybody, welcome back to the shop for this new mini series. How to build a composite micro P-51 Mustang. Okay, and you guys are going to see it here live. Every video from start to me chucking it out here in the backyard. Okay, now I got a little jump on things. And this ain't gonna take long to mold up at all, everybody. And it's kind of supposed to rain tomorrow and turn off bad, so I don't know if we're gonna find it out. If it does end up nasty, we're gonna stay right here and we're gonna get all this stuff molded, maybe even bust out a part. I know Sunday is supposed to be terrible, so why don't we spend this weekend building a composite P-51? Huh? This is a little fan appreciation thing. Okay, volume 1. So what I did, I took my plastic molds, my plastic plugs, okay, my wing was split into half. Okay guys, I'm doing this without making parting planes. Yeah, this is actually my bottom half of the mold, which is going to be the top half. I got something else to fess up to you guys. Let's see the detail in there. This is just where I'd clayed up them holes, kind of stained that resin a little bit. It ain't nothing. But see the gear doors, machine gun, shell exit ports. It ain't gonna have flaps, they're attached, but got a nice panel line there. No landing gear, just for a chucker. But this thing's gonna come out light. I got something to fess up to you guys too. Oh, I wish I would have took my camera in. When I was going by through Kansas City after I left Joe's house, it was a Sunday about 3 o'clock in the afternoon is when I was going to go through Kansas City. So you know what I did? I called Tom Cook, Jet Model Products, and he happened to be there working in his shop. He works 7 days a week, man. Just like old Bob here. Told him I was going to be driving right by his shop. He said, "Oh, Bob, stop by." So I stopped by the master's shop. I want to tell you guys something. Bob's molds have just stepped up a notch. I know how to make them professional. I ain't going to make them near as good as Tom's. Tom's molds takes forklift to move them things. He anchors the bottom to 4x4 metal beams and puts them on wheels. You should see that Dauntless mold. You know, and I got inside there, and Tom just started going, man, giving me the tour of this place, telling me how he did it, you know, and I was just trying to soak up all this information without none spilling out the other side. You know, I just, you know, and I left the camera in the truck, and I'm sorry guys, I didn't take a video. But next time I go through Kansas City, I'll stop by there again. Man, what a class act, but wow, you should see his molds, guys, and I know how to do it now. And I kind of got this one started. So, but we're going to do the top of the wing is actually going to be the bottom of my mold, okay? And I'm going to show you guys how to make a professional mold. And we're going to jam it out. But this is how it started. Okay, I can show you on these pieces. I just took half my plastic plugs. You know, you get these in 2 halves. Well, the half without the nipple, which would be the female part, I just tack glued to a board. Okay, put me my dots in there and just tack glued them. Okay, that's just half a part. And it's nice and flat, no parting planes. Glue it to a board, baby. Okay, and this one here, I already did too. You see? Now this was what I pulled off of here. Bam! And I got, you know, this, but it's not a rudder, it's an elevator. But I got one. Okay. So I pulled my wood off, pulled my half piece off, glued the male piece on to where I got a whole flap. I'll put that back in my mold. Bam, lay up the other half. Well, what we'll have is perfect perfect lines with no claying, no parting planes, super easy. Now when I make this part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer of 6-ounce cloth in there. I'm going to put a little piece of foam in there. I'm going to vacuum bag it. Okay, I'm going to do the same with the other side. Then I'm going to trim my foam level across the top, glue them bad boys together, and I will have a super nice aileron. This thing will be super nice. A couple of tiny Robart pin hinges in there, and bam, it's good to go. I'm going to do the same thing with my elevators. One piece of foam, vacuum bag it, you know, and I'll be able to lay all these parts up in minutes, guys. A piece of glass, a piece of foam, bag it, and vacuum all, just throw all these little parts in there at once. Let it cook, take my razor knife, trim them, because there'll be quite a bit sticking out, you know. I can whittle them down, like you guys seen me do a million times before. Now we'll get parts that just super light. I'm even going to make a really small pastry bags, guys, and really keep the glue down, because the glue is what's heavy. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Okay, now I did my wing the same way. I figured out my dihedral. You see that? Okay, onto that same board. This is just masonite, guys. You get it at any home improvement store, like you put on the bathroom wall or something, and works really good for parting planes. Bad thing is you can't use it on big molds because it's so flexible, but these little parts work just fine. Okay, then I tack glued the bottom of my wing on there. Bam! Laid up my first mold. Bam! Okay, but now I got this big old void in my plug. You see that? So this is where I'm going to do a little re-engineering. I'm going to fill that up with clay. But I don't really want this popping out during the process.